Mike, the Canwest backpacker here. I've got Michaela with me, and we are taking the hammocks out for a little test. It's a family day long weekend in BC, so what better thing to do than spend some time with the family, part of the family. So Nick's at home having time with Mom, and Michaela and I are out here for the afternoon. We've got her new hammock. We can do a review on that. We've got my hammock and my underquilt, so we're going to do a review on that. And we've got a tin can stove and some briquettes. So we're going to have a little leave no trace campfire. This is Michaela's hammock. We got it off of Amazon. I don't know how you say that.
I know.
Oh hoo you? Oh hoo hoo?
Oh hoo hoo.
Oh hoo hoo.
That's a big how I said it on my video.
An oh hoo hoo hammock. Okay. So
that's what I say.
From one of those fine Chinese cottage vendors. I am going to set it up between these trees. Hopefully it fits in there. This is the first time we've set it up outside. I've only set it up in the basement.
Very funny. That's what me and Nick were watching last week.
Well, that's gonna work.
Oh, don't let your dirty shoe. Is it good?
I think so.
I want to sit. I'm just gonna sit. I'm great at sitting in a hammock. It only takes me 3 times to sit. Can I just sit like this right now? I mean, you can sit however you want to sit in a hammock. Really. There's different ways.
So we can take a closer look. Got a marlin spike hitch to a carabiner to my continuous loop. I've changed out the continuous loop that came with this hammock with just a piece of climbing cord. I really need to get some Dyneema or some Amsteel, but I haven't done that yet. By spring I'll have that. So I've got that, the ridge line, and then the same thing over here. So marlin spike, and this is how it came. It had this awful continuous loop with the big knot. I haven't changed it out because I'm not going to bother until I get the proper stuff, until I get some more Amsteel. And then with Michaela's hammock, has the same idea. It has the nylon cord, and I changed out the carabiners that it came with. I gave her these fancy climbing ones, pretty colors.
Yeah, pretty.
So, and hers is pretty easy. I'm gonna get some Atlas straps for hers, so it'll be easier for her to set up on her own. But we haven't made it to Mountain Co-op to do that yet, so. But it's working.
I like to curl my feet up. I don't know.
Got her up off the ground. Okay, so I will set up the tripod, and I will go over the...
My butt's cold, by the way.
Yes, I'm going to do the underquilt. I'm going to do my underquilt, and then we'll play around with your underquilt.
Yeah.
Her underquilt is an old sleeping bag.
Homemade by me.
Homemade. It worked okay,
Yeah.
and then I thought it was a bit heavy, so I tried to make it lighter by making it thinner, narrower. I made it too narrow.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get another sleeping bag and start over again in the spring when we've got a sewing machine. Here's my underquilt. It is the Arrowhead Equipment Jarbidge River underquilt. It's synthetic. It weighs, I believe it was 19 ounces on my scale, which isn't that bad. When I compare this to my my sleeping pad, my ProLite Plus pad that I brought last year on Bowen Lakes, this is close to half a pound lighter. So definitely some weight savings there. And bulk-wise, it's about the same amount of bulk as my sleeping pad was. And now I will I'll set it up. My hammock, I don't know if I've mentioned my hammock, where I got it or what it is. My wife picked this up at Winners. I don't know if they have Winners in the States. It's like, yeah, it's a clearance store, really. For
Ours is really clearance.
Yeah, it's clearance stuff. So it's called Firelight Outdoors. I don't think they're around anymore, but it's just your typical Chinese import double hammock. The material that Michaela's is made out of is almost identical.
Mine's
So
not double.
I think it was a $35 hammock. It's not you know, not overly expensive, but it's worked for me. Got me all the way through to Bowen Lakes and several trips last year. So that's what it is. I'm going to now set up the Jarbidge River underquilt. Now it comes with, there's two microbeaners, a red one and a blue one. The way I remember, which end is for my head and which end is for my feet. Red for the head and blue for the shoe. That's how I do it. And on my hammock, this end here with the extra long cord, that's my foot end. So
I don't
just stretch that way. This hammock didn't have a head and a foot end or a left and a right leg, but it's stretched over time, so now it does. So
Isn't it nice? It looks like when we all saw him opening this up on Christmas morning, we all thought it was a garbage bag. It looked
yeah, I should have picked some better colors, I think. Exactly. So the blue for the shoe. These just clip
How does
right
that
onto
even
the.
make sense?
It rhymes.
No, it
Blue
doesn't.
shoe.
No.
And you can see how the underquilt is much higher than the hammock, but with the bungee it's going to stretch down. That's going to keep it nice and tight to my buttocks. So, do that. And you want to make sure that your hammock is over top of it. I have heard horror stories of people getting in the dark in their hammocks like this, and they sit in the underquilt, and it rips these right off.
Oh no, it's just got filled.
So there we go. And to adjust it, there's two sets of shock cord here. This is hard to show. This one there's a great video on this on Arrowhead Equipment's site. So this one here, if I can get the camera to focus on it. This one is the cord lock, and it slides up and down for adjustment. I'm not going to be able to show it right now. The light's not right and the camera doesn't want to focus. And on the other side it's fixed. It's just tied on, it doesn't adjust. So, and then it runs up through this carabiner, which keeps the tension even on both sides. And the other adjustment down here is what keeps it nice and tight around the hammock. So I'll show those later. Okay,
I'm just gonna leave them unzipped.
Okay, good idea.
Okay.
So now you can get in.
I think I'm not good at getting in. I'm not an expert.
Well, There's a lot of shoulder squeeze. It's a very narrow hammock, and the trees aren't quite. They're too close together. Kate, you can't kick around like that. You're gonna... Stop.
I'm trying to move.
This has to be above your foot.
Oh.
There. Yeah. Something like that. It's not really doing much. That hammock needs some serious...
Don't.
It's not the right trees. They're too close together. Everything that could be done wrong with a hammock is done with that hammock right now.
Don't. Can't feel my toes.
Yeah. I'm worried about these straps holding.
Hey, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's lunchtime.
Lunchtime, hot dogs.
This pillow, Michaela sewed for me, and she insulated it with some Primaloft insulation out of a sleeping bag, so it keeps my head nice and warm. And I put a piece of shot cord and a mini beaner. So this clips on there. It stays out there for my head. And in here, I've got my down top quilt, and I'm not sure what it's rated to. I got it from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah.
It was just a down throw. And I sewed a foot box into it. At one end here. See that? I don't want to drop it in the dirt. But I've just sewed a foot box. I hung too high.
And mine's like too low.
Yeah.
Apparently we're high enough. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Get in. Peekaboo, you can't see me. Okay. Pillow. Warm and cozy. I'm swinging around. I don't know if I can see it. So now I can just lounge in the hammock.
And we're gonna play Would You Rather.
Would I rather? I'd rather sleep.
Okay, so here's one. Like, would you rather tent or hammock?
Oh, hammock for sure. Okay, well, we're gonna pack up the hammocks. But the down quilt worked well. So this down quilt, it's 10 degrees, about 10 degrees Celsius today. And I was actually warm in this, so I would say it's definitely, as far as a summer quilt, it would work fine. Winter quilt, not at all. I've got 2 more of them that I'm going to sew together and make hopefully a spring and fall quilt out of, and I'll keep this one as a single. And this thing only weighs 15 ounces, so it's not even a pound, which is perfect for a little summer quilt when it's nice and warm in the hammock. And my sleeping bag I carried last summer was 3.5 pounds, so it's a 2.5 pound saving right there. Until next time, thanks for watching, and please comment. Look for a more detailed review on this underquilt coming up. I'll get into all the nitty-gritty details of it in another video, but with a quick rundown today anyways of the Jarbidge River underquilt from Arrowhead Equipment. It's from their Kick-Ass Quilts is their quilt division, and I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a 3/4 length underquilt. I did use this 2 weeks ago on a winter camp down to -8. I did have a -20 sleeping bag. That's Celsius, so for anybody in the States watching, it's rated to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I think you can take it down to 20 Fahrenheit if you have a good warm synthetic bag. So anyways, until next time, thanks for watching.